YouTube, what's going on? YouTube, what is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, it's your guy one more time, DEDRICKHJR, and I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell good, family. Hopefully everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic. Positive energy, positive vibes. Y'all know how we rock out here on this channel, man. Positive vibes only. I truly hope everyone is doing well. If it can go great, I hope it's going good. If it's not going that great, I hope that good energy is right around the corner to pick up the negativity or the tough times or circumstances that some of y'all might be going through, or all of us may be going through at this point in time. All right, so today I'm excited, man, to continue my discovery with Dumont fragrances. I got a shout out to the perfume box. They sent me quite a bit from the house of Dumont. I've been interested in it. I've been wanting to check out some of the fragrances, and you know, with this collaboration, man, I'm going to be able to explore and try out quite a few of them. So two that we're going to be talking about today. One is super popular in the community. I think it was the first out the gate to just make crazy noise in the community. And then the second one we're going to be discussing is, it's up there with my favorite so far that I've been able to smell and discover with this house. All right, so let's go ahead and tap in. Up first, we're going to be talking about, like I said, probably the most popular of the line. Y'all know what it is. I'm a little late to the party reviewing this, but better late than never. But I am excited to give my take from the house of Dumont. We're going with Nitro Red. Nitro Red from the house of Dumont. Love that bottle, the beautiful. I love all the Nitro bottles. They're pretty much the same thing, but with different colors. But I like that red and how sleek and nice it is with the gold cap. Got the little tassel here, well, that says Nitro. Really well done, man. Well done stuff. Cap kind of snugged into place. It's not, you know, magnetic or anything, so I would not hold it. Matter of fact, I can't even lift it up. I wouldn't do it. Let's just say I wouldn't do it. Standard packaging on the box, you know, standard Nitro packaging, all red, gold. Nitro Red pour homme. Dumont, got your sticker of authentication up here. And, you know, pretty much status quo. So this is a 3.4 ounce bottle here, 100 ml. Let's go ahead and get this on the tester strip so I can walk and talk with you guys. So I've worn this. Giving this a couple wearings. I've been testing it for about a week, and I do have some good things to say about this. Now, if you are not atomizer, kind of like a water hose a little bit, but it puts out a lot of juice. Man, in the air, that smells good. So let's get straight to it. I'm not going to take that long to discuss what my thoughts are here, because it is going inspired by one of the great DNAs in all of fragrancing. That is the Invictus DNA. All right, so I'm a fan of the Invictus DNA. I don't get tired of it. I like different versions of it. I'm a fan of Hawas Ice. So when I heard about this particular version, I was very excited to see what they had to offer, and boy, do they have a lot to offer. So on paper and in the air, you get this you get the Invictus DNA, that sweet, bubblegummy, bright DNA. Very mass appealing, very fun type of DNA. But to my nose and to my wearing experience, I know there's a little watermelon in here, but I get a watermelon strawberry dynamic. Watermelon, strawberry, Jolly Rancher, Laffy Taffy. I know that's out there already. A lot of people really compare it to a candy-like fruitiness that you get here, and they're spot on. It's very, very spot on. So with my wearing and my experience with this, and it just smells fantastic. There are a few differences here, and I noticed throughout my wearing. Number one, it is a great projector. The projection on this thing is wild. And I told a story on my weekly rotations a few days ago, I believe, that I'm wearing it. I go to work very early in the morning, so I'm at the job. It's 5 a.m. One of my bros comes up to me, we chit chat, and he want to know what I'm wearing. He's a fan of fragrances, but he's really a fan of Hawas. So we talked about it. I told him what it was. He sat down on the bench where we were outside and ordered the fragrance at 5 in the morning, because he was that, you know, he was that impressed, I guess, with what I had going on with the fragrance, man. So But a couple of things that stand out to me. I get this lemon representation in the opening, and then the dry down, I don't want to call it earthy, but I'm going to call it, I guess I am going to call it earthy. Like there's kind of like an earthiness, a dirtiness. Yeah, it's like a dirtiness that really starts to show up, and it kind of makes this particular DNA a little, makes it darker as it starts to fade out. So the transition with these Dumont fragrances, they're really, really, really good. Because as I was getting towards the end of my workday, this lasts all day. We can go right to the performance, man. I got, man, an 8 to 10 hours of solid performance out of this thing. The projection is crazy. It gets out in front of you, announces your presence before you get to where you're going. It's just all around a beast of a fragrance. Very mass appealing. A lot of people complimented this fragrance. There's a lot of hype on this fragrance, and the hype is real. If you're into the Invictus style DNA, this is going to be great for you to get your nose on. Some of you are going to ask, is it redundant to have this with Hawass and with Invictus? I'm going to say yes, it is, because even though it has its own twist to it, I mean, do you want all the twists? I mean, it's kind of up to you. The reason why I was so intrigued about it was the watermelon, and now knowing that it's a watermelon strawberry tone to my nose. So everything that they say about this fragrance from the reviews that I have seen and the conversations that people have had, it's true. It's true. There's nothing else that I feel like I can add except just my wearability experience, and that is it's a beast off my skin. Projection is great. Sillage is great. I was complimented very heavily throughout the day. But I do notice that I get more of a lemon citrus representation in the opening, and then when I get through the mid and the dry down, that patchouli kind of makes it a little dirty. It makes it a little bit, dare I say, a little bit darker as it starts to fade out. Bubblegummy and sweet, all of those great things that you love in Invictus, but this definitely has its twist that my nose picks up. And the wearing experience on this was very, very good. Testing it over the week, giving it a full wearing out on my job. I test all my fragrances at work because I'm always working 9 to 10 hours, and I'm able to get a full representation, a full thought breakdown and experience from what a fragrance has to offer. So let's go ahead and jump into the notes of Nitro Red. Let me pull up my cell phone. And by the way, it's in my airspace. It has not left. It is here in my airspace. So I believe this is a 2023 release. Main accords, synthetic, absolutely. Fruity, fresh, sweet, and aquatic, absolutely. Up top, apple, lavender, and bergamot. In the heart, watermelon, I think it's called calamus, never heard of that before. Cedarwood, in the base, amber, patchouli, and sandalwood. So there's that patchouli aspect that I speak of. It really shows up on my skin. And most fragrances that have the note of patchouli really stand out on my skin. But don't worry, it's not something that overtakes and makes this unbearable, earthy, and dirty. No, I just noticed it on my skin that I do get that a woodsy, dirty patchouli vibe to the incredible amount of sweetness and freshness that is already with this fragrance. So it's up there. I'm not really sure where it places with the original Hawass Ice, and the original Invictus. So I prefer the Hawasses over the Invictuses. But they're all great. They all pretty much do the same thing. But if you're looking for that twist that we're talking about a lot here in Fragcom, this has that for sure. So Nitro Red, really good. This is going to be my dress down at work scent. This is going to be, you know, if I'm going to have a good time. My son's going to be wearing this. You know, this is a youthful, playful, fun-like vibe. That's what this is. But everyone categorizes their fragrances the way that, you know, they see fit, but that's just my opinion. Really good stuff here. Price point is fantastic. I think it's around between $30 and $40, wherever you can catch it. At the perfume box is where Dumont is heavily distributed, so try there. I don't have a code as of right now, I don't, at least, but I will put down Ross's from TLTG Reviews, my FWO tag team partner. I will put his code where you can save an additional 5%, which I believe it is TLTG5. All right, so you can save an additional 5% on your purchases on the perfume box. So really great stuff here. Nitro Red, I will rate this a 8.5 out of a 10. Kind of where I rate all my Invictuses is right there. My Invictus, my Hawasses, 8.5 out of a 10. Nitro Red. You're looking for a fun fragrance? Tap in. All right. So let's change the pace a little bit. Man, that smells good. I'm telling you, it's like strawberry watermelon vibe. Let's switch up the pace. Man. Let's get to a big boy level here. All right. We're finna go down Masculine Boulevard. That's where we are heading because, as I've stated before, and many of you know, the Invictus DNA I hold close to my heart. Very, very close. Now, we've already reviewed Nitro, I think a Nitro Pro Homme Intense. We've already reviewed that, and I love it. Love it. So I've been just going through the box, and I said, all right, I'm gonna try some different ones. I'm not gonna go in order. I'm not gonna do all the Nitros first, and then all the I think it's called Borouj line. No, I'm just gonna dance around and kind of see what we land on. And boy, this is my scent of the day today, and I am ready to talk about this. From the house of Dumont, we have, I think it's called Oud Spiritus. Now this is another line from the house, Borouj Spiritus, and man, this stuff is fire. Let's go ahead and get this atomizer pressurized. Shout out my guy Jeremy, pressurized. Oh my goodness. Now, the first thing that I noticed, number one, the bottle is so dope. I love this bottle. This bottle is so dope, so classy. It's kind of like this is what a king would wear, like kings and high-ranking officials, royalty. This just very, translucent, see-through glass, silver. Love the cap. Really don't click. It doesn't click into place, but it definitely holds suit. Now this is very compact bottle here. At a perform concentration. This I believe is a 85 millimeter. This is an 85 millimeter. Here's the box. Very nice presentation. Now this slips out. Hopefully, so this slips out. Boom, comes out, and then the fragrance sits in the coffin style type of vibe. So this is what we get with the full box. Very nice presentation. I can tell there's a step up in quality because the Nitro boxes are just cardboard, but there's a step up in quality here for sure. So I got this in the air, got it on a tester strip. It is actually my scent of the day right now. So what am I getting? And I spoke on the Aventus vibe. Oh, so good. I love Aventus DNA. I'm willing to try each and every representation of Aventus that there is. But this one is more towards, from the family tree of Aventus, this is more towards the Hashivat route, okay? So all my friends, oh my goodness, all my friends who love Hashivat by Nishane, Hashivat X by Nishane, this is more in the realm. Now follow me here. What I noticed with this, which is very apparent to my nose, because I've worn my full share of Hashivat and I've worn my full share of Hashivat X, and I prefer the Hashivat X over the original, honestly. But this is super duper blended well from the citruses, and it's like a candied lemon. It's not a pineapple to my nose, maybe like a bergamot lemon. And I've never looked up these notes, by the way. I pulled this out of the package last night and I wore it first thing this morning. So this is really on the fly, and I like that. I like being on the fly, having these conversations with y'all about these new discoveries. But it's like a candied lemon that's quickly, right away, accompanied by it has to be vetiver or cedar wood, or it has to be oak moss. It has to be something along those lines, and they dance with each other quite a bit. Now, in the Hashivat openings, the citruses go away rather quickly, whether the pineapple in the OG or that bergamot citrus in the X, but not here, and I really like that. And you know what? I also noticed quite a bit of a different quality of oils when it comes to this, which is great quality, which is really, 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 really good quality. But this is great quality, and I looked at the price points and I noticed the difference. Retail on this is around $150, but you can get it for a great price on Perfume Box. Really good price, actually. So I noticed what we're getting here. So this is fantastic. The candied lemon, I get this vetiver-y, oak moss, kind of like maybe a cedar wood, like a dryness to it. There's a spice to it, but it's all hanging out together. It's not like you get way big oak moss here right now, at least. And I'll talk about, you know, the dry down and everything, but right now in the opening, everything is right in front of you. This is a masculine fragrance. This ain't gonna be for everybody. I don't think the Hashivite DNA period is for everybody. But this, if you're into that type of style, and I don't know what the batches are for the older vintages where the oak moss was heavy in those, I'm not really sure. But I am sure about Hashivite. And this leans more towards Hashivite, which is from the vintage tree, so to speak. So it's just so interesting. It's an interesting play for what Hashivite and Hashivite X do to what Spiritus does. So I'm liking it a lot. Great performance in the initial projection. It really doesn't roar off of my skin. It kind of sits a little bit closer, but it's here. The sillage is all the way around me. No ifs, no ands, no buts. It is all the way around me for sure. The aroma is very, very pleasant and of good quality. Almost a thick citrus running into that vetiver oak moss type of combo, if that is indeed the note breakdown, which we'll tap into. And then I get this nice aura of freshness, like that's hugging that citrus and those earthy tones in this fragrance for sure. So performance all day, like it's still coming off me, you know, it's still faint on my skin. Now, I'm more than 9 hours into my day. Again, I go to work very early in the morning, so at the recording of this video, I might be around that 11-hour mark, and I can still like smell it coming off me because of the sprays that I put on my chest. I didn't wear this to work. I have to dress, you know, in collar and slacks when I go to work, but I still smell it coming off. Either it's coming off my skin here or it's coming off my chest. It's still there. Really, really great performer, no slouch. All right, so let's get into the notes of Borouj, I believe, Spiritus, and let's see what we have to offer. But I definitely link it up to more of a Hashivite vibe than a Creed Aventus vibe for sure, which it's all the same, right? Okay. So in the notes, they all have them jumbled up together. So here we go. Amber, bergamot blossom, jasmine, ladamon, lemon, lily of the valley. A lot of white florals here. Musk, oud, patchouli, sugar, vanilla, and woodsy notes. So no vetiver or oak moss. So that earthy tone must be the combination of the oud and the woody notes and the patchouli, which, yeah, you know, that'll give off that earthy tone, that woodsy tone that I was discussing, vetiver type of vibe that I was discussing early on in the video. Interesting notes here: bergamot blossom, sugar, and amber. There's not a real sweet dynamic here, but maybe it's assistant to the lemon, like I said in the beginning of the video, that candy like lemon. So maybe those notes are contributing to that. All in all, this is solid. This is perfect for the office. This is perfect for a suit day. This is perfect for you know, an interview. If you got a great opportunity on the ride, this is great for a lot of things. Very nice sheeper style of a fragrance. And you know, your boy's learning. Your boy's doing a lot of research and learning on profiles. Sheepra. Say it with me, y'all. Sheepra. That's what this is. So very masculine. I really like this. I'm a fan of the vintage DNA. I'm a fan of the Hashivite DNA. This is along the lines. Is it redundant to have this with Hashivite and Aventus? Depends who you talk to. But for the price and the quality that you get, I just don't think you can beat it. I just don't think you can beat it. If something was to happen to my Hashivite and my Hashivite X, and this was still intact, I would not run out and buy another bottle of Hashivite or Hashivite X. I would not, because I will be good with this. That's the truth. This stuff is great. I'm going to give this a 9.2 out of a 10. I want to go 9.5 because the wearing experience was awesome, but I want to wear it more in more scenarios. Like I want to wear it in the evening. I wore it to the office already. I want to see, you know, all I get from this fragrance, which I know it's going to be good no matter where I wear it. So from the house of Dumont, from the, I think it's Borouj line, we have Spiritus. 9.2 out of a 10. If you love Hashivat eggs, those smokier batches of Aventus, then you are going to appreciate this for sure. You're gonna see this definitely in weekly rotation videos and much more conversations of recommendation for my fellows who really appreciate this DNA. Oud Spiritus, really good, really good. All right, so appreciate my friends over at the Perfume Box yet again for sending these fragrances over my way. I greatly appreciate it. Very excited to dive more into the house of Dumont. Right now, they are 3 for 3 for me. 3 for 3. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I'm gonna tell you guys how I feel about it. And I personally appreciate the fragrances. I love wearing them and experiencing them thus far. And I wanna hear from you guys. What are you guys' thoughts and concerns with Dumont? How you guys are rocking out with them? And what's your thoughts and how you feeling, man? So let me know down below in the comments. All right, so hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. I appreciate y'all for always supporting, stopping by, sending your well wishes. Thank you guys for all that you do for this channel. All right, so until next time, be cool, be safe, take care of yourselves. Y'all know what it is, man. Positive energy, positive vibes. That's what it is. Splack it up, splack it down, splack everything, splack that thing all around. And remember, what you put onto this world is exactly what you're going to get back. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be cool. Peace. Of course, splacker. 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 That was terrible. Splacker.